EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, gun.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. 180!
56! It's a party now! It's a party now! With that.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
36.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles.
And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. Garoppolo now. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
56. Hey, gun. 6 right there, 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
I got you. 56.
They run forward with Breida, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Tackles. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check, okay?
On 1st down, it's Grant. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. On 2nd and 9, Murray got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact they're waiting for a tight one.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Chandler Jones, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Matchbox right.
Watch the run. Shift. Watch the shift. Shift.
Hey, alert. 65. Yes.
Garoppolo to throw on third and long. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
21. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. The Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Gold with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
On 2nd and 9. Murray, he's got him in. Complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 77 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Hey, high 7.
Defense, out of time.
Garoppolo looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. Go, go. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Mike, ready.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Going for the deep ball. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Check safety. Watch the edge.
Two jet bomber.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
12, fellas, here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off, or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
At the 36-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. Check 24. Check 24.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray dancing to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Murray now on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Murray now. And he's going to go down again. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
We better not.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 3. Check 81. Mike 56. Mike 56. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
56. Mike, 56 right there. 56.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Murray going to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 5. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Finding his way through contact. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, Grant. A gain of 3, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Second down, Murray sets to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Mike, 56, right there.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
11.
How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Back. Whip. 11.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
56.
White.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
21. Hot.
On third down, here's Coleman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Garoppolo now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Check 43.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Hey, Wood. I got you.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Niners on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is third and 11.
It's just me and you.
12. Hey, 2.
56. Mike's 56.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Here we go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
Let's go.
Hey, gun.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They're not football, they're still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Max Box. Mike.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180, 1 Omaha.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. That ball complete to Isabella. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
56 is the mic. Here we go. 56.
Murray now on 1st down. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Motion. Mike 56, Mike.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Now again, right side. It's Grant. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
13. Hey, box truck. 53.
To throw is Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
56, right there, 56. Yep. Lost the twist. Mike's 56.
Back to throw it, Murray. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
11.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
11. 12. I got you. Hey, exit.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's going to take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
We got this.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. throwing is Murray on third down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Andy Isabella. Incomplete. G. Ward there defensively.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Open man is Kirk, complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Cardinals, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.